Stop. If you were about to click buy on the current M4 Mac Mini, you need to pause this video and listen closely. We have just received the first wave of architectural leaks for the upcoming M5 Mac Mini, and it's not just a spec bump, it is a complete rethink of what a desktop computer can be. Today at TechVibe, we're peeling back the curtain on Apple's 2026 powerhouse. We're talking about a 3D stacked silicon architecture that shouldn't even be possible in a chassis this small. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why the M5 is about to make every other Mac in your office feel like a relic. The Mac Mini has always been the value king of the Apple lineup, but for 2026, the strategy has shifted. Apple is no longer content with the Mini being an entry-level machine. With the M5 generation, they are aiming for Pro dominance. We've analyzed the supply chain reports from TSMC and the latest regulatory filings to bring you the most authentic look at the next-generation Mac Mini. Let's talk about the soul of this machine, the M5 chip. While the tech world was obsessed with the 3nm transition, Apple was working on something far more significant, SoIC packaging. This is a fancy way of saying system-on integrated chips. For the first time, Apple is moving away from a flat chip design to a modular, tiled architecture. What does this mean for you? Efficiency. The M5 is expected to utilize TSMC's refined N3P process. This isn't just about raw speed, it's about thermal density. The leaks suggest a 15% boost in CPU clock speeds and a staggering 45% uplift in GPU performance compared to the M4. But the real kicker is the neural accelerator. Every single GPU core in the M5 family now features a dedicated AI block. This isn't just a neural engine anymore, the entire chip is now an AI processing lattice. For those of you in video editing, 3D rendering, or coding, this means the M5 Mac Mini will handle local LLMs and complex AI masks with 4x the efficiency of its predecessor. Now, let's address the design. We saw a massive footprint reduction with the M4, and the M5 is set to perfect that ultra-compact 5x5-inch form factor. But here is the TechVibe exclusive insight: the internal cooling system is being completely overhauled to accommodate the M5 Pro's higher thermal ceiling. Industry insiders suggest Apple is implementing a new carbon fiber thermal interface material. Because the M5 chip uses 3D stacking, heat becomes a major hurdle. Apple's solution is a sophisticated vapor chamber system that allows the Mac Mini to remain silent even when exporting 8K ProRes footage. This is the silent assassin of desktops. You're getting Mac Studio levels of sustained performance in a box that fits in the palm of your hand. Let's talk about the ports, because this is where the base and Pro models will diverge more than ever before. The standard M5 Mac Mini will likely stick with Thunderbolt 4, which is still incredibly fast. However, the M5 Pro variant is the one you should be saving for. We are looking at Thunderbolt 5 across the back, offering up to 120 gigabits per second of bandwidth. If you're a Pro user in the US or Europe running dual 6K displays or massive RAID arrays, this is the bottleneck breaker you've been waiting for. And for the first time, we are seeing hints of Wi-Fi 7 integration. In a world where high-speed fiber is becoming the standard for premium households, having a desktop that can actually saturate those speeds is a game changer. Apple finally killed the 8GB RAM base model with the M4, but the M5 takes it a step further. We're looking at a new unified memory architecture with bandwidth exceeding 153 GB per second on the base model, and potentially topping 300 GB per second on the Pro. Expect the base M5 Mac Mini to ship with 16 GB of unified memory as the absolute minimum, with the M5 Pro starting at 24 GB or even 32 GB. Storage is also getting a much-needed Pro bump. There are strong rumors that Apple will finally move the base storage to 512 GB for the Pro models, acknowledging that creative professionals can't survive on 256 GB in 2026. Here is a secret that most people are missing. A recent Chinese regulatory filing has revealed a new Apple monitor model number, a 3350. Rumors suggest this is a refreshed studio display designed specifically to launch alongside the M5 lineup. It's rumored to feature an A19 chip, ProMotion 120Hz, and HDR support. Imagine pairing the world's most powerful small desktop with a 120Hz studio display. That is the TechVibe dream setup for 2026. So, when can you get your hands on this? Based on the current production cycles at TSMC and Apple's spring release history, all signs point to a launch in the first half of 2026, most likely between March and May. As for the price, Apple is facing increased component costs, but they want to keep the Value King title. Expect the base M5 Mac Mini to stay at that aggressive $599 price point, while the M5 Pro will likely hover around $1,399. Is it worth the wait? If you are coming from an Intel Mac or even an M1 or M2, the jump to the M5's AI-centric architecture isn't just an upgrade, it's a paradigm shift. The M5 Mac Mini is shaping up to be the most important desktop Apple has ever released. It's small, it's silent, and it's terrifyingly fast. But I want to hear from you. Are you holding out for that M5 Pro power, or is the current M4 enough for your workflow? Drop a comment below, I read every single one. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit that like button and subscribe to TechVibe for the most authentic Apple leaks on the web. We've got a deep dive into the M5 MacBook Air coming up next, so don't miss it. I'm your host, and I'll see you in the next one. Welcome back to TechVibe. Today, we are talking about the giant killer. The 2026 M5 Mac Mini is officially on the horizon, and the leaked benchmarks we're seeing are absolutely mind-blowing. If you thought the M4 was fast, you haven't seen anything yet. We're diving into the secret 3D stacked silicon, the return of pro-level ports, and why this tiny box might actually make the Mac Studio redundant for 90% of users. Don't go anywhere, because the pricing leaks at the end might just surprise you. That is the full roadmap for the M5 Mac Mini. It's rare to see Apple push the envelope this hard on their budget desktop, but 2026 is clearly the year of the AI Mac. If you enjoyed this exclusive report, make sure to share it with a fellow tech enthusiast. We're building a community here at TechVibe where facts matter more than hype. Subscribe to join the tribe, and let us know in the comments, what's the one feature that would make the M5 Mac Mini an instant buy for you? Thanks for watching, and stay ahead of the curve.